You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 26th of June, 2025. It is 6 days after the summer solstice. It is 88 days before the fall equinox. By the Hebrew calendar, the month of Tammuz begins today at sundown. By the Islamic calendar, the month of Muharram is predicted to begin at sundown today as well. It is the new year, Hijri year 1447. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 8th day of Messidor, the day of the Echalot, the shallot. The sun rises today at 5:26 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:59 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:31 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 9:05 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 9:47 p.m. The length of daytime today is 18 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 2% full at midday. The first quarter will arrive on Wednesday, the 2nd of July. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the early morning, low tide, 5:32 a.m., 0 centimeters. Near midday, high tide, 11:55 a.m., 1 meter 52. In the afternoon, low tide, 5:31 p.m., 18 centimeters. In our shared realm of plants and animals, the fireflies are out in force by now. They are very affected by ambient light, which is why on the nights of full moons they are less apt to glow. For urban dwellers, this is one reason we see fewer of them than our country neighbors do. To encourage fireflies to light up, we can reduce the amount of light in our backyards. Even with the ambient light from the city around us, just a small gesture may produce a more lively display in the short period that they are active. Commemorations. On this day in the year 699, the Japanese mystic and apothecary En-no Ozuno was banished by the imperial court to the remote island of Izu-Oshima. En the ascetic is regarded as the founder of Shugendo, a path of training practiced by the Yamabushi, mountain ascetics. Shugendo incorporates elements of Taoism, Buddhism, and Shinto. The term Yamabushi means one who prostrates himself on the mountain, and like their founder, En-no Ozuno, their mountain-based practice reflects a deep reverence for nature. On this day in the year 1284, the Pied Piper is said to have taken his flute and, playing a lively tune, led 130 children out of the village of Hamlin. He piped them on their way to a hill outside the village, where they disappeared forever. This date is given in a manuscript preserved in the archives of the town of Lüneburg. On this day in 1916, the Cleveland Indians, now the Guardians, first put numbers on their players' uniforms, corresponding to their numbers on the scorecards. It was a game against the Chicago White Sox, and it was the first time numbers were used on baseball uniforms. On this day in 1927, the Cyclone roller coaster opened on Coney Island. It is the second steepest wooden roller coaster in the world, and it is designated a New York City landmark and is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. On this day in 1963, John F. Kennedy gave his Ich bin ein Berliner speech in Berlin. The Berlin Wall had just been erected. In his speech he said, "Freedom is indivisible, and when one man is enslaved, all are not free. When all are free, then we can look forward to that day when this city will be joined as one, and this country and this great continent of Europe in a peaceful and hopeful globe." And he closed with the lines, "All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin, and therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner." According to the Roman Catholic and Orthodox Christian calendars, today is the feast of St. David the Tree Dweller, or in Greek, David o Dendritis. The 5th century monk was renowned for his wisdom, and people constantly sought him out for prayers and advice in his monastery outside Thessaloniki. He finally took himself to the seclusion of an almond tree, which he climbed. He lived high in its branches for 3 years. Unlike the Yamabushi, he regarded this as an extreme penance, enduring harsh weather and discomfort high on his perch, which is slightly sad. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 26th of June, 2025.